Hello everyone. I am Dr. VC Sridharan, Assistant Professor from the SNS College of Physiotherapy. In this video, we're going to see about the structure and function of the nephron. Right to the introduction. What is nephron? A nephron is nothing but a basic functional unit of kidney, which each kidney consists of 1 million nephrons, responsible for filtering the blood in the formation of the urine. Now we're going to see about the importance of nephron. What is the importance of nephron? It's nothing but it regulates the water, electrolytes and waste removal and maintain the hemostasis. In the slide, we right in front of us, we just seeing the anatomy of the nephron. Generally, the nephron, which is present in the renal part of the kidney. The nephron is consist of the glomerulus, Bowman's capsule, proximal tubule, loop of Henle, and then distal tubule, and finally it leads to the collecting duct. Now we're going to see about the types of nephron. Generally the nephron consists of the cortical nephrons and juxtamedullary nephrons. Cortical nephrons, 80% of nephrons are just considered as a cortical nephrons. It is mainly located at the region of outer cortex region. Now next which is the cortical nephrons, the short loops of Henle primarily for the filtration. Next one, juxtamedullary nephron. It is a 15% of nephron which presents near to the medulla and long loop of Henle's, which plays an important role in the key formation of the urine concentration. Next we're going to see about the renal corpuscle, which is also called as the filtration unit. The main components of the renal corpuscle is nothing but the glomerulus and plus the Bowman's capsule. And then it also consists of proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, distal convoluted tubule, and finally to the collecting duct. The picture on the right side which shows the renal corpuscle. Generally the renal corpuscle consists of the afferent arteriole, and it also consists of the Bowman's capsule, parietal ligament, visceral layer, proximal convoluted tubule, and glomerulus and juxtaglomerular apparatus. Now we're going to see about the proximal convoluted tubule. This proximal convoluted tubule mainly present at the cortex region of the kidney. The structure of proximal convoluted tubule, which consists of the microvilli, which increases the surface area. The functions of the proximal convoluted tubule reabsorbs the functions of the proximal convoluted tubules are which reabsorbs the 65% of the filtrate. During this reabsorption, it mainly absorbs the water content, glucose and ions, and it also helps in secretes the waste products which are such as the drugs, toxins, etc. Next we're going to see about the loop of Henle. Loop of Henle, the structure of loop of Henle, it generally consists of two limbs. Descending and the ascending limb. Descending limb permeable to the water and the ascending limb permeable to the salts and impermeable to the water. The functions of the loop of Henle, which creates concentration gradient in the medulla, enables urine concentration. Here in the picture of the reabsorption with the loop of Henle, this picture shows how the loop of Henle reabsorbs the water content, ions and the minerals from the our waste product of the waste products. Here it shows the osmotic gradient which helps in the reabsorption of the waters. Now, in the distal convoluted tubule, which presents at the cortex and after the loop of Henle region, the main function of the distal convoluted tubule is which helps in the fine tunes of reabsorption of Na plus ions, which is nothing but sodium ions, and Ca2 ions, which is nothing but the calcium ions. It also secretes the K plus ions, potassiums, hydrogens for the pH regulation, which responds to the hormones, example aldosterone. The collecting duct, finally we're moving on to the collecting duct. This collecting duct shared by the multiple nephrons The functions of the multiple collecting duct is nothing but the final water reabsorption, which is regulated by the AD hormone, and finally it concentrates the urine, drains into renal pelvis. So, what are the functions of the nephrons are? The key process of the nephron functions are, first one is filtration and reabsorption, secretion and excretion. So the hormonal regulations for which in the nephrons are, first one is diuretic hormone, which increases the water reabsorption in the collecting duct, and second one is aldosterone, which enhances the sodium reabsorption and the potassium creation secretion in the distal convoluted tubule, and finally the parathyroid hormone PTH, which regulates the calcium reabsorption. So these are the structure and the function of the nephron, and we thank you.